All right, good evening, everyone. Just an update on what I've decided to do with the next stage. I am going to go with option 3 for the upper deck. I'm going to remove the canal completely and the other bridges as well. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I came up with another option. I didn't actually say this in the last video, but I came up with another option, and that is to cut out the entire canal and both bridges and put them in the lower level. So what you saw last week, if you watched the video, was me trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this and make it work. Well, it does work. So it comes, basically this is going to come off the, you're going to come down about 3 loops, 3.5 laps, and you're going to go into a double main, and the double main is going to go into the room I'm sitting in now, which is basically off layout, and there's another helix over here. And so that's going to allow full continuous running. And then there's going to be a track down from, so this upper double track here is going to be about 4 or 5 inches off the main deck down here. And in order to get down to the main deck, you've got to do another lap going down in the opposite direction. And that will join up to the bobtail swing bridges right here. And that opens up onto a few things actually. So this is, I think this level is at 28 inches off the floor, and so you're going to have possible industry here, and then I think this is where the grain silo is going to be, and a little bit of a mimicked port there. And then this guy here is going to be where my container ship is going to move. I'm going to put the rear quarter stern here and have the trains come in here and drop off and pick up. Yeah, right there. Drop off and pick up shipping containers. That'll be my yard there. And then the other thing is, so this is going to be my, what do you call that? I can't even think of the name now. It's a swapping track for CN and CP. So basically CN will be on the upper deck, and it'll come down and it'll drop off cars to be transferred over to CP. And this right here will be CP's yard, and this is the yard lead here. It's just a small yard, but it's enough to get just to add interest to the layout. So this will be CP's yard, and CP will actually switch, and this will go back down and do the crossover and possibly go back up to CN, or stay on this line here and go down all the way to the bottom. And this will be Valmas Junction down here, and this will feed underneath, not quite like this, but closer toward the edge actually, and come over here, and this will be sand and gravel on this side, and possibly one other thing, I'm not sure, but that'll be feeding that. And then there's one last thing I didn't discuss, which is this, and this is my staging. So this is at the 28-inch level, and this will actually come through the wall right there at desk level, and then it'll do a loop over on this side, and it'll probably split into 2 loops, and that's where I can stage my trains. I think I'm only going to do 2, possibly 3, and I'm not going to do an AR1 or any kind of auto reverser. What I think I'm going to do, and I hope this is possible, is put insulators on both sides of the loop, and then run a double pull, double throw switch. So, because I don't want continuous running in my staging, so I figure if I get the train onto the loop, it'll turn around and I stop it right before it gets coming back onto the layout. And then I hit the double pull, double throw to reverse polarity, and then I can drive it off, I think, like nothing happened. So I don't know if that's possible with DCC, but that's what I'm going to try and do. Because I don't really want to run another auto reverser. I think it's just a pain in the butt, especially with multiple loops, because I want to have 2 or 3 for staging trains. And that loop will basically be beneath the other helix. So just back up right now. So right in here, right beneath the helix, that's where it's going to be. So it'll occupy the same space, but about 6 or 7 inches lower. Anyway, that's that's what I decided to do. And now I'll take you into the other room and show you how far I've gotten. Mind the toys. So I've basically ripped everything out. So this was my layout, and I made a big hole. And this is as far as I've gotten on the base for the helix. And I cut out my canal up here, and I've got it extended a little bit, and I changed the angle slightly, and I'm just piecemealing it back in. And I've also been working on the bridge just a little bit with more detail. So I'm still working on that. I got to do the detail in the pit there. And I think I got to fix up that paint job. I tried sponging for the first time, and my technique is not so good. So we'll see how that ends up. But so far I think it looks pretty good from the 3-foot vantage point. I'm putting railings on it, and actually I'll rotate it so you can see the other side. The other side I'm not even going to bother, I think, because you're never going to see it. But that's the little bridge master, and he's got a little railing there. Anyway, I had a little fun with that, and that's as far as I'm at. So I think it's going to be really cool when it's finished. Let me know what you think. Have a good evening, guys.